you can download all these models by going to through 3d.me, and then you can see all the latest models in the home page, or you can go to download and then select based on the category: simple, intermediate, and then advanced. So if you click on any of these, you can download Blender file or FBX file, or even you can see how did we make it on YouTube. Let's build a clay pot today. Just an easy tutorial. Let's click on general. Alright, click on the cube, press X to delete, and then go to add mesh cylinder. Let's move this cylinder above the ground level. Left click on that, and then G to grab, Z to along Z axis. Let's scale this one along Z axis little bit. S for scaling, Z along Z axis. Tab to get into the edit mode, or you can simply select from this drop down menu, edit, and then make sure that you are in edge select mode, and then you select the selection box. Control R for loop cut. Do not click your mouse, and then scroll your middle mouse to increase the number of loop cuts to be 4. And then if you move your mouse, right click to set in the original location. And now you have loop cuts, 4 loop cuts. Let's create another loop cut over here. Control R, click, and then drag. Another one here, Control R. Alright, now let's select face mode number 3 from your keyboard, not from the numpad, and then select one edge, and then move your cursor along this edge, and then Alt click, and then now press S and then scale it down. Click on this, go to edge selection mode number 2 in your keyboard, select this edge, press and hold Alt key, and then click to select the edge loop, and then S for scaling. Select this edge, Alt click, and then S for scaling. Select these two, one edge, Alt click, and then Shift Alt click the other one to select both of them, scale. Again Alt Shift click the top one to deselect that one, and then scale again. Alright, we made the basic shape of our pot, and then go to face select mode, or click on this icon, top face, I for inset, and then E for extrude, and then drag it down. Alright, I'm happy with the shape. Now Control 1 to add subdivision surface modifier, or if you come over here and then click on this spanner or the wrench, you can see that we added one modifier called subdivision surface modifier. You can close that one so that you can go back, or you can simply add from subdivision surface modifier and then make it levels 1 in the render viewport, or both are same. Now still you see some low poly look, so you go to select the object, go to object, and then select shade smooth, So I would go with 2 levels so that you feel like lot smoother, and then tab to get into the edit mode. And now what I want to do here is I want to have a kind of like a ridge here. Go to face select mode, select this face, shift and alt click one side to select the entire face loop, and then alt E, extrude face along normals. Now you feel like you have a clay pot, and then if you want to see all these lines are projected onto your object, you can come back to this modifier properties and then click on this small icon so that you can see your lines projected onto your object. I just want to simply scale this one down a little bit. I'm happy with that. Alright, let's get back to object mode. Now I see some distortions here, so we can fix that one by adding a edge loop here. Select the face and then press I to insert, get it very close to the center, and then tab out of that mode. You will not see that distortion anymore. Alright, let's move this one slightly down. Now I want to assign a pretty kind of like a pattern so that you feel like a clay pot. Now you have built your clay pot. Let's assign some colors to this part. I'm using a different technique for this one, so I'm using my shading. Instead of getting into the color material tab and then click on new, I'm using shading, and here I'm adding a new text material from this drop down menu. And now I add another node, search for wave texture, and also I'm adding another node called color ramp. Now connect the fact to the fact input of color ramp, and then connect the color output of the color ramp to the base color input of the principal BSD. Now you see some bands going on around the clay pot, but in the wrong direction. Before I correct the direction of the bands, I'm correcting colors. Click on this color ramp 1 peg and then click on this color button, and then this time I'm going to select kind of like a brownish color, dark brown, somewhere between here, and then click on the other peg and then select light brown for that, somewhere here. Yep, that works. Make it a little sharp. And now if you want to change the orientation of your bands, you simply come over here and then select along z-axis. Now your band should go along z-axis, and then you can offset until you find whether you want to dark band around the opening or the light color. So I would go with the dark color around the opening. And now also you can change the scaling. I would like to have some wider bands, so select somewhere around here maybe. Yep. And now let's reduce the the reflectivity of this pot, because this is a clay pot. It does not reflect that much light. So I would come over here and then increase the roughness value of the principal BSD, the roughness value of principal BSD, so that it becomes more like a clay pot. Let's reduce that one a little bit. All right, and then also the speculars, reduce the speculars slightly. All right, there you go. Here you have your clay pot. If you want to go back to layout mode, and then you don't see that patterns because you are in the solid viewport shading option, so you need to switch to a material preview, or you want to see how it's going to look when it is rendered out. Yeah, there you go. So you build your clay pot with a nice patterns or bands going around that clay pot. Alright, that's all for today. So we will meet with another tutorial, something like this, and until then, thanks for watching.